I've been using Davinci Resolve for so many years, and today I'm gonna show you the 5 hacks I learned to speed up my editing workflow. I'm a podcast editor and I literally edit hour-long episodes, which is time-consuming, and these 5 hacks I'm gonna show you are the same hacks I'm using to speed up how I edit, and it feels like cheating. Let's start with stock timeline. If you're editing an hour-long podcast and your client says, "Hey John, make 3 reels for my podcast," what they really mean is find highlights from the podcast and create reels. Stock timeline is very helpful because you can just find any part from the main timeline, copy it, and paste it on the timeline below for your reels. Okay, so to do this, create a timeline for your reels. In the media pool, right-click and hover to timeline, click create new timeline. Give your timeline a name, so example, reels. Uncheck the use project settings, click format, and click use vertical resolution. Click create. Now this is the timeline for your reels. What you wanna do is click this button, timeline view options, and check display stock timelines. Okay, X that one. So you are in the main timeline. Here, click this button here to add another layer of timeline. Click this drop down on the left side and click reels. Okay, now this is the timeline for your reels and this is the main timeline. So you can just copy anything from here and just paste here. Okay, very easy, right? Once you copied everything, you can click this button to close the layer of timeline so you can focus on editing the reels. Now let's move to number 2. If you have a keyboard with a knob like this, you can use it to scroll your timeline. But here's the catch, you need to program this knob. It is very easy and let me show you how. So first, go to your keyboard customization settings. So mine is app.monsgeek.com. You need to edit the knob. Knob turn left should be arrow key left. And then the knob turn right should be arrow key right. Once done, you can go back to Davinci Resolve and you can scroll the timeline again. Very cool, right? Nothing beats a speed editor, but of course, that's expensive. So since we don't have that money, we can turn our keyboard as speed editor. So let's move to number 3. Did you know that if you're editing video with multiple camera angles, you can change the camera angle as easy as 1, 2, and 3? Yes, you can. And let me show you how. So first, drag your clips into the timeline. Make sure everything is aligned. Now, right-click on your timeline, hover to convert timeline to multicam clip, and click use source audio channels. Now, create a new timeline again. This will be your cutting timeline or whatever. And drag your multicam clip. Now, you can change angle as easy as 1, 2, and 3. And here's the secret sauce. Did you know that there's an AI built in that you can use to edit your multicam clip? It will automatically change angles for you based on who is speaking and the speaker's expression. Let me show you how. If your inspector tab is on, so close your inspector tab. So this button, the dual viewer mode, will show. Now, click this drop down and click multicam. This is all the angles of angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. And then this is the AI multicam smart switch. So click the AI multicam smart switch. So angle switching, I'm fine with the default setting, but if you want, you can change the minimum edit duration and then the change delay. Next is wide angle setup. So I always uncheck this one, the wide angle. So I can manually select which one is my wide angle. In this podcast, I didn't set a wide angle. I don't have, so none. And then always choose better. Okay, so you have better output. Once done, click analyze. Just wait, AI will analyze your multicam clip and do the job for you. You can grab a cup of coffee while waiting. Okay, look at that. AI literally do the job for us. Very cool, right? Just imagine the time you save if you are editing an hour-long podcast. Now let's move to number 4. You know, Davinci Resolve has too many tools and sometimes it feels hard because your screen feels congested. If you have an extra monitor like me, you can use dual screen mode. So to do this, you can click the workspace, hover to dual screen, and click on. Now your Davinci Resolve occupies 2 screens. Now if you want a full screen timeline, which is my favorite, so click workspace, hover to dual screen, and click full screen timeline. Now you can edit the timeline with fewer distractions. Number 5. If you are editing podcasts for a living, there are times that we don't really understand the topic because it is very technical. Most of my clients are business owners or CEO of different industries. Mine is in the medical field. And there are times that I can't understand them, especially when they talk about laws in medical field or dental insurance, etc. So what I do is I export the podcast. Let's say this is the podcast, so I export it in MP3. Let me show you how to export it. On the export page, uncheck the export video, go to audio, change the format into MP3. Once done, set the file name, and then set the location, add to render queue, and then render. Let's say this is the MP3 file. So I want to transcribe it. So I will have a TXT file. So you can use any softwares that can transcribe. You can use CapCut, you can use Magic. Once I get the transcription, I go to ChatGPT or Gemini, and it helps me create the title and thumbnail and help me understand what the podcast is all about. After the AI generate title and video description, I highly recommend that double check it and make sure you modify it. I hope I am able to help you on your editing journey, and if you like this video, share it with your friends, and more importantly, don't forget to subscribe.